When you study the life of Jesus, you will find that he demonstrated what it looks like when someone is led by the Holy Spirit. But the Pharisees demonstrate what it looks like when someone is just religious and knows all of the laws, but doesn't have the Holy Spirit. Let's get into it. The Pharisees. They were the experts in the law. They knew it inside and out. They could recite it verbatim. They taught it. They studied it. But that didn't impress Jesus. Look at what he says. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. Jesus warned his followers to not be like the Pharisees, because even though they knew the law and were the most religious people of the day, they were hypocrites. They lacked the most important thing: love. Jesus always taught that the most important commands were to love God and to love your neighbor. And the Pharisees were far from people of love. When there was a woman who was caught in adultery, rather than having mercy and compassion, the Pharisees wanted to stone her. They wanted to kill her. Thankfully, Jesus was there to stop them and demonstrate love. When Jesus would sit and eat with sinners to talk to them about God, well, the Pharisees would criticize him because he was around unclean people. There was even a time when Jesus healed a man, and rather than rejoicing in the miracle, they rebuked Jesus because he healed, and apparently that was doing a work on the Sabbath. You see, they were good at following a long list of rules, but they missed the heart of God, which is love. And so when you study the contrast between Jesus and the Pharisees, you will get a clear illustration of what spirit-led relationship with God looks like versus spirit-less religion. And that's how religion can be sometimes. We all know people who are just like the Pharisees, who claim to be so holy, but yet lack love. And you will find these types of individuals in all faiths. You may have seen a few in the Hebrew groups who believe that since they are the true people of God, it's okay to mistreat another race, especially one of a lighter pigment. Many of you have seen some stand on street corners and have white people kiss their shoes. And that's not okay. The question is, would Yeshua do such a thing? That's what we got to ask ourselves. All of us, we got to say, when we are doing things, would Jesus be okay with this? That's the question. And also in Christianity, you have many who claim to be so holy, right? And yet still act unloving.
You are unholy sinner and a heathenish foul Philistine.
And so this is not a knock against a particular religion. In all religions, you will have those who don't act in love, and it's not because they don't have enough rules to follow. I bet this guy here would claim he is very law observant. No, the reason we act outside of love is not because we lack rules. It's because we lack the heeding of the leading of that still small voice of the Holy Spirit. I mean, just look at the 60s. You had people calling themselves Christians who would go to church on Sunday and then burn crosses in people's yards on Monday. And this is one of the reasons why many young people, especially those who had grandparents who were treated this way, believe that Christianity is a joke. This is why there is this growing anti-Christ movement among the youth. They don't want to hear about Jesus because they think about how it was so-called Christians who mistreated their ancestors. And so we have a duty, my friends, and that is to, number one, be filled with the Spirit, and number two, to follow the Spirit. Because when we are led by the Spirit of Christ, we can finally show the world the character of Christ and what it truly means to follow Him. For too long, we have had religious Pharisees running around here claiming to be Christians, but God is raising up a people who will truly follow His Spirit and live like kingdom citizens.